I mean, we're gonna shoot twice over there, so are you really on the wrong side? It's hard to be quiet when the other team yells. So it's tough. That's all Pulaskis. Pulaskis. Cayuse dad. We're getting ready for our match against Victory Honda. Victory pretty close in standings to us. Same as, I guess, a little bit ahead of us. We're going to start off with Chalicki, Paulo, Reynolds, Miller, and Onak at D. Puck bouncing around from skates. Paulo collects it, gets it up to Reynolds, bounces off of Reynolds' stick over to Victory. Victory, whoa, bounces off of the net and covered by the goaltender. Pass didn't quite go where it was intended. Reynolds taking this face off. Puck goes trickle behind. Victory takes it into the corner. Good job by Reynolds to knock Chalicki knocked the guy to the corner. Victory still gets it forward and into the zone. Onak gets a stick on that pass. Puck goes behind. It's underneath Miller. Centering pass deflected by Paulo over to Reynolds. Reynolds through the neutral zone. Crosses the line, brings it in. Knocked aside from Victory. Victory goes cross ice over the near board. Chipped in and into the corner. Aldridge and Pusgintis have come on for D. Reynolds bringing it around over to Aldridge. Michi's on. Chalicki carries forward, leaves it for Reynolds. Reynolds to Pusgintis. Pusgintis, quick shot. Knocked into the corner. Victory over onto the far board. Puts it forward. They're trying to get a guy behind the D. Puck back into, comes loose in on Cutting, who's in net tonight. Another opportunity in front. Cutting covers. So no offsides as we push it back into the zone. Victory gets an opportunity. Letcher, Nietzsche, Polauskas out. Campbell and Rybicki at D. Face off, pushed over to the far board. Victory in control, takes a shot, goes underneath Cutting and all the way across and out. No icing as Victory is the one that fired that down. 15:30 to go in the first. Letcher on the forecheck, working, trying to get that puck knocked away. Victory gets it into the neutral zone, knocks off of the stick over to Rybicki. Rybicki to Campbell. Campbell looking for Nietzsche, goes into the neutral zone. Letcher pushes that puck off of the stick. Victory regroups. Puck over to the near board. Victory centers, bounces off of Cutting behind the net. Nietzsche up the board to Letcher. Letcher cross ice for Campbell. Campbell dumps the puck in. Polauskas is there. Polauskas on the forecheck. Campbell getting interfered with. Onak pushes that puck for Polauskas. Victory takes it away. Krzyzkowski's come on. Campbell gets in front of the Victory player. Onak moves that puck to Letcher. Letcher to Onak. Bounces off of Onak's stick. Stick lift. Onak gets it back. Tries to put it to Polauskas. Intercepted by Victory. Onak pushed it back out. Victory now regrouping. Credidio and Bergeron join Krzyzkowski. Puck knocked away. Credidio's got it. He's got Bergeron with him. Parries it through the neutral zone. Takes a shot. No rebound. 14-10. We'll get a line change. Kruger, Brown, and Carter come on for Krzyzkowski, Bergeron, and Credidio. Onak and Miller remain at D. 14-10 to go in the first. Kruger squares up. Puck gets knocked away. Brown's got it. Backhand shot. Bounce off a pad. Over to Kruger. Kruger shot is blocked. Carter, big hit. Victory goes the other way. Brown knocks it away over to Onak. Onak up for Kruger. Kruger gets it into the zone. He's carrying through. Centering pass knocked aside. Puck over to the near board and up. Victory chips forward, hits Onak. Onak sidesteps the guy, gets it over to Brown. Brown dumps it in. Carter goes on the forecheck. Goalie plays it over to the near board. Victory tries to get it through, loses balance, puck over to Carter. Puck gets taken away. Victory trying to get past Kruger. Puck gets over to the near board. Victory dumps it in and goes for a change. Weird bounce off of the board. Brown corrals it, gets it over to Carter. Carter looks for his options, gets it back to Onak. Onak pass intercepted and shot on Cutting. Cutting, no rebound. We'll get a line change. Seidel joins Nietzsche and Letcher. Still 0-0, 13-11 to go. End zone faceoff is going to be taken by Nietzsche. Whistle. Do it again. Face off over to the far board. Letcher tries to get it out. Knocked back in by Victory. Pass it over. Good stick by Aldridge. Puck gets dumped behind the net. Nietzsche and Trisgintis working on it. To the corner. Trisgintis gloves it. Sends it out. That's going to go to the side of the net for an icing. Kruger brought his imaginary friend sitting next to him. Reynolds, Paulo, and Chilicki are on. Puck over to Chilicki in the corner. He's got Paulo, but that's knocked aside. Reynolds pushes the puck back into the zone. Victory tries to get it up the boards. Trisgintis knocks it away. Shot in front, save Cutting over to the corner. Paulo is there trying to dig it out. Aldridge working on it. Puck comes up to Chilicki. Chilicki trying to get that to Reynolds. Victory's in the way. Trying to get through the neutral zone. Taken away by Reynolds. Reynolds gets past one. Puck gets knocked away and back into the neutral zone. Fischkowski's come on for Paulo. Chilicki giving some pressure. Passed through the middle of the neutral zone and entered onto the right side. Fischkowski and Bergeron knock it away. Fischkowski enters the zone with Berge. Berge in the middle. Shot deflected into the netting. 11:50 to go. Good opportunity for Bergeron. We got to rush off of it. I'll let it go. Puck underneath Kushkowski. Credidio comes in to help. Gets dumped. Still has it, though. In the corner, Credidio trying to work. Puck gets up to Bergeron. And knocked out from his skates. Into the neutral zone. Rybicki sends it back in. Everyone tags up. Kushkowski in on the forecheck behind the net. Bergeron comes over to help. Puck bounces off of Rybicki. Back to Victory. Victory looking for some space. Goes D to D to the near board. Kushkowski gets a stick on it, slows the puck down, puck chipped in. Victory not able to get a complete stick on the puck, but still being effective in getting the puck into the zone. Kushkowski now trying to knock a loose puck in. Pulauskas has come on. Pulauskas coming through. He's got Nietzsche with him. Credidio goes for a change. Letcher's going to come on. Got past one. Tried to get past Miller. Lost the puck. Cutting puts it to the sideboard. Victory looking for center pass. Deflected over to Pulauskas. Kept in by Victory. puck into the corner. Onak gets a hit on. Puck still in Victory's control. Onak, another hit. Puck over to Letcher. Letcher for Miller. Miller to Pulauskas. Pulauskas loses an edge. Still has the puck. Dumps it in. Letcher comes in to help. Puck goes into the corner. Pulauskas on the forecheck. Puck reverses course. Letcher, big hit. Puck in feet of Victory. Cross ice. Puck comes in. Prusgintis down behind the net. Kruger giving some harassment to the player. Prusgintis gets it out over to Kruger. Brown and Carter join Kruger on the ice. Puck in deep. Prusgintis is helping. Carter covering for Prusgintis. Gets a stick on it. Still gets out of the zone. Victory takes it wide and dumps it across ice, where Carter gets a hold of it off of the board and carries it around for Brown. Brown chips it forward. Prusgintis comes to carry. Kruger gets a hold of it, takes a stumble, gets a shot, it goes behind the net. Carter working on the sideboard, now has it in the corner. Kruger comes over to help. Campbell comes on for Prusgintis. Puck is loose. Brown gets it to Aldridge. Aldridge, quick shot, deflected into the corner. Brown working in the corner. Puck goes behind the net for Victory. Victory tries to reverse. Back to the corner. Brown working. Victory up the far board. Cross ice. Gets a stick on it. Chips it in. Campbell leaves it for Aldridge. Paulo and Chalicki have come out. Paulo up the boards into the neutral zone. Reynolds working, gets the stick lifted, puck into the neutral zone, knocks it into Victory zone and goes into the corner. Behind the net, quick stop. Victory gets it up the near board. Back to the neutral zone. Campbell lifts the stick, goes to Paulo. Paulo to Rybicki. Rybicki for Chalicki. Chalicki puts it forward into the Victory zone. Victory trying to get it through. Gets knocked away. Campbell dumps it in deep. Credidio's come on change. Puck low. Into the corner now, bounces off of Reynolds' stick and forward. One-on-one, Campbell and Victory. Shot on cutting, save, over to Rybicki. Paulo to Seidel. Seidel, quick shot, and glove. We'll get a stoppage at 7:42, still 0-0. Kushkowski, quick shot by Seidel. Has Kushkowski push that puck over to Seidel. Shot went wide, puck still in the zone. Trying to get it up the near board. Seidel gets a stick on it. Victory gets it out. It goes over to Miller. Miller for Kushkowski. Kushkowski puts it into the corner. Seidel is there. Lets it go up to Credidio. Credidio works it down into the corner. Absorbs a hit. Victory takes it away. From behind the net, Victory tries to spring a player. Onak loses his stick. Puck goes the other way. Seidel's tripped. We're going to go on the power play. So power play one will come out with Reynolds, Paulo, Chalicki, Campbell, and Onak. Face-off won by Paulo over to Reynolds. Reynolds for Campbell. Campbell down to Reynolds. Reynolds to Paulo. Paulo was going to go backdoor for Chalicki. Gets knocked away over to Reynolds. Reynolds cross for Chalicki. Up to Onak. Back to Chalicki. Cross ice for Campbell. Campbell down to Reynolds. Reynolds working up the board. Gets it to Campbell. Campbell waits. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds wanted to go cross for Onak. Puck gets knocked out. Onak goes back up. As Chalicki, Victory went for a wholesale change. Reynolds gets a shot, glove, and Victory defenseman puts it back onto the goaltender and he covers. 6:29 to go in the first, 1:26 to go in the power play. Same personnel. Face-off goes into the corner and around. Victory decides to get it out, goes into the neutral zone. Paulo gets a hold of it, puts it over for Chalicki. Chalicki back down to Onak. Onak's going to set it up. Back to Campbell. Campbell moves it forward for Reynolds. Reynolds circles. Over to Onak. Onak looking for Reynolds, hits Victory, skates, and gets knocked back down for Cutting, who plays it for Onak. Onak leaves it for Campbell. Campbell from behind the net. He's got Brzgintzis with him now. Nietzsche, Letcher, and Pulauskas come on. 39 seconds to go on the power play. Victory working on the sideboard. Puck goes behind the net. Pulauskas and Nietzsche try to keep it in. Puck pinned on the sideboard. Victory gets it out, goes hard around. Rybicki puts it in front. Victory gets a hold of it and sends it down for Cutting. Cutting slows it up, leaves it for Rybicki. 14 seconds to go, one last rush. Rybicki comes out from behind the net. Gets tied up. Gets the puck back. Puts it over to Brzgintzis, and we're even. Brzgintzis in the middle, takes a shot, bounces off of the board. Wraparound ends. Nietzsche tries to stuff one in, saved by Victory Honda. And we'll get a change. 4:55 to go in the first. Still 0-0. Brown, Kruger, Carter come out. Onak and Miller at D. Kruger wins that faceoff back to Onak. Onak steps towards the board, tries to get that puck across. It gets deflected. Victory comes the other way. Onak loses this puck in his skates, but knocked away by Carter. Carter, puck gets knocked away from him, but still has control over to Miller. Miller to Onak. Onak tried to fan one forward, gets pushed on the sideboard. Onak off of the glass, still kept in by Victory. Victory on the sideboard, gets knocked back up, shot in front, Cutting, gloves it. And we'll get a D change, wholesale change here. So Brzgintzis and Aldridge come back on with Krzyzkowski, Bergeron, and Credidio. Krzyzkowski pushes that puck into the corner. Victory gets there first. Shot in front, save, Cutting. Puck over to the far board. Credidio working there. Puck gets knocked back to him. He gets it over to Krzyzkowski. Krzyzkowski. Puck gets knocked away. Victory back in, waiting. Puck deflected over to the sideboard. Aldridge puts it to Credidio. Credidio gives himself some space, goes behind Cutting. Pushes it across for Bergeron. Puck does get out of the zone, but Victory back in control. D to D up to the near board. Back to the D, through the middle of the ice, past Credidio, past Krzyzkowski and in. Brzgintzis does a really nice job to get a body on the man. Puck up to Bergeron. Bergeron and Credidio. Berge flips it in and covered by Victory. Paulo, Chalicki, and Reynolds have come out. Rybicki and Campbell at D. 3:19 to go in the first. Still 0-0. Face off won by Paulo to Reynolds. Reynolds, quick shot. Deflected into the sideboard. Rybicki, puck gets knocked away from him and brought into the zone. Past Campbell, shot off of the shoulder of Cutting. Shot in front, another save, Cutting. Deflected into Cutting's stomach and back out the other way. Victory Honda starting to get a little bit more physical. Puck goes behind Cutting. Campbell gets it to Paulo. Paulo for Chilicki. Chilicki to Paulo. Paulo over to Reynolds. Reynolds back for Paulo. Paulo gets it to Chilicki. Chilicki on the sideboard, cuts in. Puck knocked away into the neutral zone. Over to Onak. Onak fires it down. Gonna get a change. Nietzsche and Letcher come on. Reynolds gets to the corner, puts the puck behind the net, back over into the corner, and Reynolds draws a penalty. High stick on Victory. We'll go back on the power play. 2:13 to go in the first. Nietzsche, Pulauskas, and Letcher are going to stay. Prisgintis and Rabicki at D. Face off. One back and then put to Rabicki. Prisgintis gets a shot. It gets deflected and into the neutral zone as Victory knocks it away. Rabicki setting back up behind Cutting. Comes back out, gets it over to Prisgintis. Prisgintis into the zone. Cuts behind the net. Good puck protection. Puts it back down for Nietzsche. Over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas back up to Rabicki. Rabicki misses. It goes all the way down. Cutting carries it to Letcher. Letcher to Rabicki. Rabicki to Pulauskas. Pulauskas centering pass is deflected. Nobody knows where it is. And we're going to change. We'll bring out Paulo, Reynolds, and Chilicki. Onak will come on to join Campbell at D. Face off, put back to Onak. Onak gets the puck down to Paulo to Chilicki. Chilicki, quick shot. Save, puck rebound in front and gets knocked back to Onak. Onak to Chilicki. Chilicki back to Onak. Onak cross for Campbell. Campbell walks in, gives it to Reynolds. Reynolds shot low, bounces off the pad, and we get a whistle. The net is off. Minute 9 to go in the first. 57 seconds still on the power play. Puck bounces off of Campbell. Campbell is going to even up the power play. They get a centering pass. Cutting does a nice job, makes himself big. Puck doesn't make it in. And we're going to go 4-on-4 for 45 seconds. Reynolds takes the face-off puck over to the sideboard. Reynolds tries to get past a couple of players. Puck works into the sideboard and now into the corner with Aldridge. Reynolds trying to dig it out. Prisgintis comes over to help puck back up to Victory's D. Go D to D. Paulo in front, Cutting, saves and covers.
So Sarah, you grew up on the barn or David? Oh, I thought David did. We always talked about how his brothers taught him on the box or the barn. I learned how to box.
Nietzsche to take the face off. Puck to Letcher. Letcher put it back to Prisgintis, gets knocked into the corner. Letcher Working the puck off of the board, gets it to Aldridge. Aldridge has Nietzsche. That's going to miss Nietzsche, go all the way down for an icing. We're going to be on the kill now. 10.8 seconds to go. So 10.8 seconds to go in the period, minute 13 to go on the kill. Face off, gets tied up. Victory carries it in the zone. Centering pass deflected and out by Priskintis. And that'll be the end of the period. So we got a minute 3 remaining on the kill. We'll start the second on the kill. We'll have Paulo, Reynolds, Miller, and Onak. Victory wins that faceoff. They go D to D. Carrying the puck through the neutral zone and go wide. Puck gets knocked into the corner. Miller gets there. Puck is tied up. Onak comes over to help. Got 3 guys pushed into the corner for Victory. Puck moves its way up to the Victory's D. They go to the near board. Back to the point. Gets deflected away. Reynolds has a breakaway. Reynolds shot high. Bounces off of the glass. Back through the neutral zone. Good job by Onak to come over and help. Puck hard and out. Back into the neutral zone. Almost another opportunity for Reynolds. Puck goes across ice. 6 seconds to go on the kill. Paulo brings the puck back into the zone. Kushkowski's come on. Penalty is over. Seidel comes out. So Paulo, Seidel, and Kushkowski are on right now. Seidel into the corner. Takes a collision. Puck comes out of the zone. Kushkowski has Paulo. You got a 2-on-1. Knocked away from Kushkowski. Seidel comes in to help, gets it back over to Kush. Back into the corner. Victory carries through. Goes wide. Pushed in front. Back over to the opposite side. Puck in the corner. Priskintis is there. Gets it up to Burge. Burge chips it. Kept in by Victory. Centering pass in front. Shot goes wide. Hits off of the glass into the corner. Priskintis up the boards. Over to Bergeron. Knocked forward to Seidel. Seidel dumps it in. Campbell and Rubicki come in on a change. Rubicki keeps the puck in. Dumps it over for Nietzsche. Nietzsche working in the corner. Puck flicked over to Rubicki. Rubicki cross for Letcher. Intercepted by Victory. They go the other way. Campbell's there. Knocks the puck away. Goes over to Rubicki. Rubicki behind the net now. Gets the puck up to Letcher. Victory had been on a change. Letcher sidesteps the hit, puts it down below for Bergeron. Bergeron into the corner, ties up his man. Nietzsche comes in to help. Puck off of the far board. Victory into the neutral zone, cross ice. Puck bounces off the boards a little hard. Rubicki gets to it, flicks it back. Shot on cutting, puck in front. Rubicki clears it out, bounces off of a Victory player. Back into the zone, over to Rubicki. Rubicki circles out to the boards, over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas gloves it down, gets tripped. No call. Puck over to the near corner. Nietzsche comes in. Letcher sidesteps the guy, gets it over to Miller. Miller, shot in front, deflects off of Pulauskas and saved by Victory's goaltender. Carter, Kruger, and Brown come out. Take an in-zone face-off. Onak and Miller will remain at D. 13:51 to go in the second. We'll get an ice cut at around 8:30.
Go, Fury!
Kruger steps up, face off into the skates. Miller gets a hold of it, puck off of the pad over to Onak. Onak, another shot. Oh, that looked like it might have hit the crossbar. Brown knocks that puck back into the corner, and I think he's going to get a penalty. So Brown's going to go for a hook. We're going to go on the kill. Reynolds and Paulo come back out with Aldridge and Prisgintis. Puck one back by Honda. Victory goes over to the boards, back to the point. Shot. A one-timer by Victory Honda beats Cutting, and it is 1-0 Victory.
That was a hard shot. All right, let's get it back, Fury. Let's go.
So I'll end the penalty. Shalicki, Reynolds, and Paulo come out. Face off, one back to Aldridge. Aldridge to Prisgintis. Puck behind the net. Move to the corner, then up the far board. Reynolds tries to get that knocked off. Victory carries it into the zone. Centering pass deflected by Prisgintis, but still carried forward. Victory tries to put that 5-hole on Cutting. Cutting knocks it away, and then it's cleared. Reynolds gets a hit on. Victory back in through. Gets past Aldridge, but the puck knocked away. Centering in front. Knocked off the skates. Aldridge takes a hit. Shot is blocked in front. Another shot goes wide. Victory, another shot. Wide again. Over to the far board. Intercepted by Campbell. Campbell up the far board goes for Shalicki. Bounces off of Shalicki, played by Victory's goaltender, over to the corner. Krzyzkowski and Bergeron have come out. Puck gets knocked away. Rubicki puts that forward. Picks it up off of the boards outside of Presidio. Krzyzkowski shot blocked aside by the goaltender into the corner. Back down low for Krzyzkowski. Krzyzkowski tries to get it to Campbell. Doesn't quite have enough, and Victory gets in the way. Victory carrying forward onto the right side. Brings it in. Loses an edge. Campbell tries to get it hard and out. Blocked by Presidio and out of the zone. Victory's offsides. Kruger, Carter, and Brown will come back on. Miller and Onak at D. Face off one back to Carter. Carter pushes it to Onak. Onak to Miller. Miller to Brown. Brown puts it in. Goes behind the net and up the far board. Pushed into the middle of the ice. Bounces over Miller's stick. Miller gets held. Puck to Onak. Onak to Brown. Brown chips it forward for Kruger. Kruger loses that. Gets the shot. Goes low on the pad. A couple of opportunities there by Lawson and Carter. Miller to Carter to Kruger. Kruger puts the puck in. Gets stood up. Puck into the corner. Back into Carter. Big hit. Puck over the sideboard. Victory. Puts it through. Shot on cutting and save and covered. 10:35 to go. Carter has words. And everybody goes back to their bench. Nietzsche, Letcher, and Pulauskas come on. Puck deflects into the corner. Nietzsche comes over. Aldridge is there. Victory pulls it off of the boards. Centers it. Pulauskas knocks it away. Puck over to Priskintis. Priskintis off of the glass and into the neutral zone. Nietzsche coming in hard on the forecheck. Victory gets it over to their D. Back up and out of play. $9:59 to go in the second. Campbell and Rybicki will come on for Aldridge and Priskintis. Neutral zone face-off, Nietzsche to take the draw. Nietzsche sets up, pushes the puck back to Campbell. Campbell. Puck gets deflected off of his shin guard and then knocked out of play. Face off one back by Victory. They go D-to-D right away and carry the puck in. Centering pass deflected. Pulauskas comes away with it. Comes wide through the neutral zone. Gets tackled. The Victory player hit his head pretty hard on the boards. Getting up a little slow. Puck brought back in. Knocked away by Rybicki. Another opportunity to push across. Letcher ties up his guy. Nietzsche back forward. A little bit of fisticuffs. Letcher and his guy getting a little bit of a scuff. They're both going. So they got roughing calls each. Reynolds, Paulo, and Chalicki come out. Rybicki and Campbell at D. 9:18 to go. Victory wins that face-off. Hard off of the glass, trying to spring that guy loose. It does get to him. Shot deflects back off of the back glass. Victory still has it. Put it in deep below. over to Rybicki on the near board. Rybicki chips forward. Puck goes into the neutral zone. Victory chips it from guy to guy, gets knocked around some feet. Victory skater fell like he hit his head. Puck cross ice over the near board and entered. Victory in the middle, shot. Blocker away by Cutting. Another shot taken away by Paulo. Paulo in the corner. Gets it up to Chalicki. Chalicki gets it to Rybicki. Rybicki to Reynolds. Reynolds carrying through. Shot is blocked into the corner. Onak comes out. Paulo and Kushkowski switch spots. Puck ahead for Reynolds. Victory back the other way. Carries forward. Shot goes wide. Chalicki didn't quite get there. Knocked away by Miller. Centering pass on Cutting. Knocked away. Back over to the far board. Chalicki. Scott Kush intercepted and dumped back in by Victory. Onak now going up the far board for Reynolds, but kept in by Victory. Victory centering pass. Chalicki, good job. And the puck gets sent out. Not going to make it for icing. Bergeron comes on, and so does Credidio. Puck gets back to Miller. Miller looking for Kushkowski. Over to the far board. Victory enters again. Brings the puck into the middle. Sidesteps Credidio. Pass. Shot. Blocks. Saved by Cutting. Another shot. Hits Miller's skate. No icing. Goes down for Victory to the corner. Bergeron and Credidio working. Credidio knocks that puck down. Victory waiting. Gets the pass over. Oh, good opportunity, and that'll be an icing, and we'll go to ice cut. 6:53 to go in the second, and we'll have a defensive zone face-off after the ice cut. 6:53 to go in the second. Face off, one back to Aldridge. Aldridge to Chalicki. Chalicki tries to chip that over to Paulo. Gintis fires that from behind the net, kept in, but then deflected out. Good job by Chalicki, get a stick on it. Reynolds carries forward, knocked aside, over to Paulo. Paulo gives it to Aldridge. Aldridge to Chalicki. Chalicki to Reynolds. Reynolds dumps it back in, played behind the net by the goaltender, up the far board, and dumped back in by Campbell. Victory regroups. Chalicki comes forward for the forecheck. Puck knocked over to the far board. Victory comes in off sides and will get a change. So 9 to go. The second part of the second period. Michi, Letcher, and Polauskas. Puck gets underneath Letcher and knocked in by Victory. Puck gets knocked off by the official and into the neutral zone. Rubicki gathers that, sends it over to Polauskas. Polauskas takes a hit. DV for Victory and back in through the middle of the neutral zone. Carrying forward, drop pass, knocked aside by Nietzsche into some feet. Finally makes its way to Letcher. Letcher to Nietzsche. Nietzsche shot off of the blocker. Polauskas back in shot. Letcher gets a shot. Puck goes off the side of the net. Back behind it for Letcher. Letcher centers. Puck comes out over to Miller. Miller. Pass is deflected. Victory brings it in with 2. Shot off of the side, the post and over to the far board. Letcher chips it in. Puck goes to the corner. Polauskas goes for a change. Krzyzkowski comes on. Bergeron comes on. Letcher still out. Working on the forecheck. Puts his guy to the board. Puck knocked behind to Victory. Victory. The center breakout up through the middle of the neutral zone and dumps it in behind Cutting. Cutting tries to leave it for Onak. Comes out back over to Bergeron. Knocked off of the glass. Push gets it over to Bergeron. Back to Kush. Stick gets lifted. Victory sends it all the way down, and that'll be ice. 4:35 to go in the second period. Still 1-0 Victory. Carter, Kruger, and Brown come out. Chris Gintis and Aldridge. Kruger to take the face-off. Face-off one over to Carter. Carter for Gintis. Gintis puts it back behind the net. Puck goes up the boards. Kept in by Carter. Brown puts it to the corner. Victory sends it across. Gintis gets knocked off the board. Carter comes over to help. Carter circles up the board. Puck knocked aside over to Aldridge. Aldridge and Kruger working together. Puck is off sides. Carter gets taken down. And we'll get a change. Paulo, Reynolds, and Chalicki come out. Paulo tries to push that puck over to Reynolds. Paulo gets a shot, tries to go short side. Goaltender able to collect it in his blocker hand. Four minutes to go in the second. Paulo to take the face-off. Pushed over to Reynolds. Reynolds to Rubicki. Rubicki centering pass for Chalicki. Makes its way to Reynolds. Reynolds gets a shot on and gloved by the Victory goaltender. Victory's going to get a change. Puck gets pushed on to the goaltender and covered. Puck gets knocked back, and Shalicki puts it back deep over to the far board. Shalicki pulls it off of the board. He's got space. He puts it in front. Gets deflected, goes behind the net, over into the corner. Paulo on the near board gets a body on. Puck comes loose over to Victory. Victory carries forward with 2. Good stick by Campbell. Puck goes into the corner. Rybicki flips it up. Shalicki gonna get there. Played by the goaltender. Back up to Campbell. Campbell puck gets knocked into the linesman's skates. Rybicki knocks it away. Back over to Shalicki. Puck kept in by Victory. They go for a change. Campbell up to Reynolds. Reynolds goes to kick it. Gets past him. Nietzsche has come on for Paulo. Campbell to Rybicki. Rybicki up to Pulauskas. Pulauskas. Puck gets knocked away. Victory back the other direction. Victory carries in, goes wide. Backhand shot goes past the net over to the far board. Shalicki brings it forward. Gets knocked away. We're offsides. Pulauskas still going. Doesn't hear the offsides. Victory brings it out. Carries in wide. Centering pass. Tie up by Campbell. Good job. Otherwise, that was a backdoor tap in. Nietzsche past the center line. Gets tied up and then gets hit. Victory's going to go for a roughing. So we'll go on the power play. Reynolds, Paulo, and Shalicki will go out for the power play. Onak and Campbell at deep. Reynolds pushes that puck to Shalicki. Shalicki to Onak. Onak back down to Shalicki. Shalicki up the boards to Onak. Onak down low for Paulo. Tries to tip it over to Reynolds. Misses. Up the sideboard. Paulo comes off of the board. Still has it. To Onak. To Campbell. Campbell down for Reynolds. Reynolds got room. Tries to go 5-hole. Kept in by Onak. Campbell goes for the one-timer. Doesn't quite get it. Goes behind the net for Paulo. Paulo. Puck gets knocked back up to Campbell. Campbell to Onak. Shot high. Shalicki tries a couple of shots. Victory tries to send it down. Onak keeps it in. Onak walks in, takes a shot. Blocked. Puck over to Campbell. Pulauskas comes on. Reynolds puts it into the corner. Nietzsche and Pulauskas have come on. Pulauskas up to Campbell. Campbell back for Nietzsche. Nietzsche in the corner. Gets it to Campbell. Campbell walks it over to Onak. Onak shot in front. Gets deflected into the corner. Hits that loose stick up to Letcher. Letcher to Onak. Back down to Letcher. Letcher up the boards. Walks it back down. Looking for space. Cross ice for Campbell. Campbell. Shot gets blocked into the corner. Pulauskas pulls it out of the corner. Takes a shot. Hits off of the blocker. Deflected to Onak. Onak puts it down for Letcher. Hits that stick again. Letcher. Got Nietzsche in the middle. Bounces off of Nietzsche's skates and cleared by Victory. Victory's going to go for a change. And we got a penalty. Nietzsche's going to go for a hook. So 17 seconds to go in the power play. 26 seconds to go in the period. Nietzsche going to get a hooking penalty. 4-on-4 for 17 seconds. Reynolds and Kushkowski come out for the 4-on-4. Kushkowski to take the face-off. Krzyzkowski's been pretty good at faceoffs today. Puck gets tied up, makes its way over to Chris Gintis. Chris Gintis to Reynolds. Reynolds gets through a couple, brings the puck forward, still carrying it, trying to waste as much time as possible. Gets taken down. Aldridge steps in front. Puck bouncing in, and that's the end of the period. So, minute 34 to go on the kill. Still 1-0 victory Honda.
No, thank you, but it's more like if you're getting a cappuccino, you're getting
Come on, get the vibe. Get the vibe. Let's go. Hold in the mojo.
huh? So that's how I feel.
Chris Gintis, Aldridge, Letcher, and Kushkowski to take this kill. Victory puts that face-off back. Up near board, Chris Gintis comes in, tries to get it out. Letcher helping. Puck enters the zone over to the near board. Victory waiting for their change to come on. Saved by Cutting as they get a shot on. Puck worked down the boards. Another shot. Cutting, glove save, no rebound.
Hey, for it,
Letcher to take this face off. Same personnel out there. Puck put back for the. Oh, good stick by Kushkowski. He knocks it over. Tries to put it forward for Letcher. It hits the player in the head. Victory carries it forward. Chris Gintis off of the glass and out. It's going to go down. Waste a little bit more time. 50 seconds to go on the kill. Kushkowski up, giving some pressure. Victory gone for a change. Puck enters the zone. Rybicki racing into the corner. Victory carrying it. Pushes past Campbell behind the net, looking for a pass. Puck up to the point, back over to the sideboard. Back to the point. Down to the side, back to the point. Kushkowski gets a stick on it, blocked by Rybicki and cleared. 20 seconds to go. Fury get a change. Bergeron comes out. Berge pushes the puck to the side. Hits off of the skate of the linesman and cleared by Campbell. Campbell and Miller out now for this kill. Paulo has joined Bergeron. Puck over the near board, entered into the middle. We're even now. Brown has come out. Puck into the corner. Miller digs it out. He's got Bergeron. Brown carrying behind. Drop pass for Brown. Brown shot. Gets taken down. Shot goes wide. Kruger. Puck into the neutral zone. Victory gets it first. Sails a shot high and out of the zone. Victory puts it back in. Puck goes behind, Cutting over to the far board for Carter. Carter chips it to Onak. Onak back to Carter. Carter, puck gets deflected and goes back down low. Shot deflected, out of play.
go Fury.
Aldridge and Prisgintis come out. Kruger wins that back. Puck to the corner. Aldridge and Kruger trying to work it out. Carter back there to help. Centering pass. Blocked by Prisgintis. Brown gets a pass over to Prisgintis and changes. Carter puts that in. Prisgintis gets a body on. Puck down low. Tied up to the point. Quick shot. Goes wide of Cutting. Bounces over to Carter. Carter to Kruger. Kruger gets it to Letcher. Letcher to Kruger. Kruger backhand shot. Bounces off of the goaltender into the corner. Letcher gets a body on. Campbell comes in. Gets the puck. Backhand shot low. Deflected into the opposite corner. Campbell still is there. Puck goes down low. Kruger goes for a change. Carter gets a body on. Letcher steps in front of that pass. Dumps it in deep. Everyone tags up. Nietzsche comes in hard. Nietzsche working behind. Letcher gets a body on. Campbell's going to... puck comes out. Offsides. We'll get a whistle. Puck bounced past Campbell and went offsides. 13:21 to go in the game. Neutral zone faceoff coming. Nietzsche takes the face-off. From his knees, tries to get that puck over to Letcher. Letcher battling on the sideboard. Puck finds its way to Pulauskas. Shot on goaltender. Victory comes out through the middle of the ice. Puck deflected. Letcher gets it back in the zone. He's got Nietzsche. Puck couldn't quite get the pass over. Victory gets a hold of it. Enters into the middle of the zone. Tries to get past Rubicki. Rubicki knocks that puck away, but Victory gets a shot on and deflects off of Cutting it into the glass over to the corner. Campbell up the near board. Puck gets in the middle. Rubicki gets a hold of it, gets it over to Nietzsche. Nietzsche goes for a change. Pulauskas coming in hard. Paulo has come out. Chalicki's out. Pulauskas giving some pressure. Puck hits a stick, no icing. Cutting slows it down for Miller. Miller up the near board, over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas dumps it in and goes for a change. Chalicki on the forecheck. Paulo is there as well. Paulo with Chalicki in the corner. Chalicki puts it back down for Paulo. Reynolds has come on. Reynolds gets a stick on. Puck back D-to-D for Victory up the near board and into the neutral zone. Another center entry. Over to the wide. Centering again. Tie up by Miller. No shot on Cutting. Back up to the D. Puck makes its way back to Victory. Victory tries to get it. Good job by Paulo to get a block and then knock the puck out. Krzyzkowski's come on. Reynolds to Chalicki. Comes out of the zone. Onak puts it in. Reynolds tags up. Chalicki changes. Predidio comes out. Sends it in hard. Krzyzkowski on the forecheck. Reynolds comes in. Puck up the near board. Victory tries to put that through middle of neutral zone. Victory is just batting around right now. Prisgintis tries to center it. A lot of loose pucks. One guy in. Good stick by Aldridge. Knocks the puck into the corner. Centering pass gets deflected. Still in the middle. Nobody's there. Shot from the point. Deflected off of the blocker of Cutting. Big save. Bergeron clears it. Hits the linesman and slows down. Puck enters the zone wide. Backdoor pass. It misses. Bergeron's got a step, but the other D comes back. Kruger and Brown come out. Puck cross ice. Looking for a backdoor pass. Misses. Puck deflects off of Brown over to Rubicki. Rubicki gets through one. Missing Brown. Hits a stick. Kruger goes in. Rubicki got the guy back. Knocks him over. Carter got space in the middle. He's going to carry through. Goes for a shot. Fans. Victory puts it back into the neutral zone. Dumps it into the corner. Campbell is there. Victory goes for a change. Campbell to Rubicki. Rubicki to Kruger. Kruger tries to step through. Puck goes down low for Campbell. Campbell up to Brown. Brown absorbs a hit. Puts that puck in. .936 to go. So after the icing, we'll get a change. Pulauskas, Nietzsche, Letcher come on. Onak at D. Letcher digs that puck out, flips it forward. It goes out of play. So puck is somewhere in the penalty box. Miller and Onak back at D. Nietzsche take the face-off with Pulauskas and Letcher. Miller carrying forward. Gets knocked away. Nietzsche was right behind him, gets knocked away from him, working off of the sideboard. Letcher doing a good job battling to make sure that puck doesn't get on cutting. He's puck to Letcher. Letcher through the neutral zone. He's got Pulauskas with him. Pulauskas trying to pass that over to Miller. Pulauskas gets held. Pulauskas going to get a penalty on that one. Pulauskas going to get a penalty there. Coach isn't happy about that one. So 8:45 to go. We're going on to kill. Reynolds and Kahlo come out to take this face-off with Aldridge and Prisgintis. Face-off tied up. D to D bounces off a stick. Puck goes down low. Aldridge is there, puts the guy into the corner. Puck up the near boards. Victory still in control, trying to find a place to pass to. Cross ice. And shot in front, bounces off of Cutting. Cutting sets up. Danny gets a stick on that puck. Reynolds looks hurt. Fell awkwardly. I don't know. Looks like he twisted his leg a little bit. Not sure. Maybe, hopefully, just the wind's knocked out of him. Nietzsche and Letcher come on to replace Paulo and Reynolds. Victory gets cut, gets knocked out.
Go Fury, come on boys.
Face off, pushed back. Both Letcher and Nietzsche are able to knock it away, but backdoor shot saved, Cutting. Puck to the corner. Good job by Prisgintis, knocks it into the neutral zone. Goes for a change. Campbell comes out. Minute 13 to go on the kill. 7:56 in the game. Cross ice pass for Victory. Good job by Letcher. Another block. Gets the puck out of the zone. Nietzsche and Letcher set up. 56 seconds to go. Rubicki comes out to help with the kill. Good stick by Nietzsche. He clears it and goes for a change. Reynolds comes out. Cross ice pass for Victory. And some skates knocked away by Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get that up for Letcher. Reynolds lost his blade. He's got to push over to get off the ice. He makes it over for Kushkowski to come on. Puck in front, deflected high, and out of play. Yeah, he's got it. The official picks up the blade. Brown, the hockey shop worker, helps Reynolds get his blade back in. Puck back in. Penalties expired. Chilicki joins Paulo and Kushkowski. Paulo brings it in. He's got a step. Tries to drop pass for Chilicki. Chilicki gets a shot. Puck still in front, covered. We'll get a change. Brown, Kruger, and Carter come on. 6:28 to go. Still 1-0 Victory. Campbell and Rybicki at D. Face off one back. Brown dumps it down for Kruger. Kruger to Carter. Carter puts it down low. Puck goes behind the net. Victory looks to take it out. Whiffs. Brown's there. He takes it away. Centering to Kruger. Kruger takes a hit. Puck is loose. Victory goes across. Carter, big hit. Puck brought into the zone. Campbell and Kruger working. Rybicki, good job. Knocks that stick away. He's got Brown. Brown for Carter. Bounces off of Carter's stick. Brown changes. Predidio comes on. Victory. Very efficient on their breakouts. Carries the puck back into the zone. Miller. Puck doesn't go with him. Knocked aside. Predidio puts it into the neutral zone. Victory's got to tag up. Puck on Cutting. Cutting plays it behind for Miller. Miller tries to get it over to Carter. Kept in. Blocked by Onak. Onak. Kushkowski's come on. Carter changes. Bergeron comes on. Predidio carrying forward. Kushkowski gets a stick on it, puts it deep. Goaltender plays it over to the far board. Bergeron trying to dig it out. Puck's loose, goes behind the net. Kushkowski comes to give some pressure. Puck in the corner. Bergeron is there. Puck bounces free. Victory coming through the middle of the zone. Carries forward, takes a shot, goes high. Over to the near side. Kushkowski and Bergeron. Bergeron gets it out of the zone. Berge still working, gets it over to Predidio. Predidio kicks it off of the skate to a stick. Shot goes wide and out, but over to Aldridge. Aldridge with Prisgintis. Prisgintis gets it across and dumps it in. Paulo's come out. Bergeron and Predidio working, trying to get the puck out. Victory carries it forward. There's a stick on the ice. Victory wasn't aware of it. Runs into it, knocks the puck aside. Puck now behind Cutting. Prisgintis is there. Deflects and out of play. Reynolds and Chilicki are going to join Paulo. Bergeron is going to come for the face-off. Reynolds on the bench. Paulo wins that over to Rybicki. Rybicki hard up, and that'll go for an icing.
Come out here, you can do it, boys.
3:54 to go in the game. Face off one back to Campbell. Victory steps in front of it. Over the far board, rung around the board souvenir board. Victory still in control. Gets a couple of stick handles around Campbell. Shot goes wide over to Rybicki. Rybicki tries to clear that out. Chilicki tries to clear it. Chilicki does get it out. Victory still has it. Victory tries to get a pass. Paulo gets a stick on it. Campbell to Reynolds. Reynolds gets tied up. Campbell comes in to help. Campbell carrying. Sidesteps the guy, gets it across. Chilicki gets a shot. Another shot, deflected in front by Campbell into the corner. Campbell battling. Puck back to Onak. Onak. Puck comes out. Oh, Nietzsche ties up. Gets a body on, but still going. Big player for Victory.
Bring it down. Bring it
Letcher, Pulauskas, Nietzsche, Onak, and Miller. 2:53 to go. Victory controls the faceoff. Shot gets blocked in front. Onak gets it over to Letcher. Letcher trying to get it to Pulauskas. Couldn't. Victory has it behind the net. Trying to get a shot on. Onak gets the loose puck over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas and Nietzsche. Nietzsche's just off sides. Pulauskas didn't quite get it across. 2:26 to go. Aldridge and Prisgintis at E. Puck and some feet. Letcher knocks it aside. Victory goes D to D over to the far board. Centering pass. Carries the puck in. Knocked over to the far board. Nietzsche tries to get that up. Good job by Letcher to get there. He flips it ahead for Pulauskas. Pulauskas one-on-one. Puck gets knocked aside. Paulo's come out. Good job by Letcher to tie up. Paulo's got it. Letcher gets taken down. Paulo scores and ties it up. Letcher gets tied up and then body slam. Paulo scores. Well, because you were watching the body slam. Paulo went around, tucked it in. No, they didn't call the penalty. Even if they had called the penalty, it'd be over because they scored.
Right. Replay.
If you go on live, you can rewind it. Paulo, Reynolds, and Chilicki take this face off. Victory Honda controls it. Minute 47 to go, and that's an icing. Campbell controls the puck, gets it over to Rybicki. Rybicki up for Chalicki, chipped ahead for Reynolds. Reynolds for Paulo. Paulo, oh, tries to go backhand, flips up behind the net. Puck, oh, almost another centering pass up to Reynolds. Reynolds coming hard. Paulo comes over to help puck in the zone. Oh, opportunity in front, goes high. We clear it. It's not going to go. There's too much snow on the ice. Nietzsche and Pulauskas come out. Puck knocked away. Chalicki carries in. Nietzsche sends it back down. Chalicki goes for a change. Pulauskas knocks the puck away. Good job by Pulauskas. Puck in the middle. Onak keeps it in. Onak still battling. Puck knocked into the neutral zone for Miller. Miller carries in. Ducks under one hit. Centering pass blocked by Victory. They try to clear. Onak coming down to keep it. Onak gets it off for the boards. Gets knocked down low. 25 seconds to go. Cleared by Victory. That will go for an icing. Reynolds, Chalicki, and Paulo come on. 20.2 seconds to go. We knew coming into the game that it'd be pretty close. And it has been a back and forth match. Reynolds take the draw. Face-off drop. Victory puts it down low. Onak keeps it in. Takes a hit. That's Onak trying to get up. Puck comes loose over to Miller. Miller back for Paulo. And that'll end regulation. How long have I been streaming? Minute 39, or an hour 39. All right. I think it's 3-on-3.
3-on-3?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Are you close?
Just this hand. I'm also losing my voice a little bit. We're going to go Campbell, Paulo, and Reynolds. 5-minute 3-on-3. Puck behind the net for Campbell. Campbell to Paulo. Paulo comes behind the net. Waiting for Reynolds. Reynolds circles. Paulo comes out from behind. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Paulo. Paulo carrying in. He's so fast. He's got it passed, and then we got to cover. Letcher, Nietzsche, and Onak come out. 4:35 to go in overtime. face off, one back by Victory. They go behind their net. Come out, they go cross ice. Carrying in. Onak tries to knock off Jones, who was the big player that Nietzsche ran into. Good stick by Onak, knocks that into the corner. Back to Letcher. Letcher working from behind, cutting. Nietzsche changes. Reynolds comes on. Letcher up the boards. Changes. Krzyzkowski comes on. Przgintis comes on. So Reynolds, Krzyzkowski, Przgintis. Victory sends it in cross ice. Reynolds knocks it away. Krzyzkowski tries to get it across. It gets deflected. Victory Honda resets up. Goes for a change. Coming out from behind the goaltender with speed. Good stick by Przgintis. Centering pass. Knocked aside, goes into the sideboard. Good job by Krzyzkowski's got a breakaway. Krzyzkowski all alone. Slows it up. Waits. Back, forehand, backhand. He had him beat. He just missed the net. Campbell's on. Puck. Back over to Krzyzkowski. Krzyzkowski carries it in. Back for Campbell. Misses. Going to go all the way down. Krzyzkowski goes for a change. Polauskas comes on with Paulo. Campbell has some room. Quick stop. Cross for Polauskas. Polauskas has to come back out of the zone. Sidesteps. Campbell to Paulo. Paulo back to Campbell. Campbell with space. Enters in the middle. Gets past one. Puck to the corner, knocked away. Polauskas, faster than his counterpart at Victory, gets the puck. Goes behind the net. Back up to Campbell. Campbell into the neutral zone. Over to Paulo. Onak comes on. Onak with speed. He's got a step. Backhand shot into the chest of the goaltender. Minute 57 to go in OT. Still 1-1. Next goal wins. Letcher to take the face off with Chalicki. Onak at D. Vikings up the far board, come over to the near board, cross ice. Letcher pushes them wide. Shot blocked by Letcher and into the netting. Great stick by Letcher. Nietzsche comes on for Chalicki. Face off in feet. Letcher tries to dig it out. Gets way to Victory's D. Down low for Victory. Onak trying to knock it away. Nietzsche and Onak working on the sideboard. Puck goes down low. Onak moves it to Letcher. Letcher lets it go. Onak doesn't have a stick. He changes. Campbell comes on. Good job by Letcher pushing him out of the zone. Pass to the middle, shot in Nietzsche's stomach. Gets it out over to Letcher. Letcher, he's got Nietzsche. Puck goes behind for Campbell. Campbell. Chalicki comes on. Campbell to Nietzsche. Nietzsche shot. Gets deflected and goes behind the net. Reynolds comes on. 34 seconds to go. Victory goes cross ice. Still in the neutral zone. 18 seconds. Victory. Tries to send that up. That's an icing. So 12 seconds to go. We get an icing. We'll get an in-zone face-off. See what coach draws up here. Paulo comes on. Prisgintis comes on. Reynolds, Paulo, Prisgintis. Face off in skates. Victory digs it out, goes around the net. Good job by Reynolds. Gets it free. He's got an opportunity. Shot low. Goes back behind the net. Another opportunity. Puts it in. That looked like it went in. Can't find it. Nope. On the side of the net. Didn't quite cross. 0.4 seconds. 0.4 seconds to go. If it did,
One timer.
if it had gone in, then he did a very good job of getting it out. But I think it was on the side. Looks like we're going to go to a shootout. So 1-1 at the end of OT. Is it best of 3 or best of 5?
First three.
First 3 to score?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Best of 5. So we'll go to a shootout. Reynolds first to go. Reynolds carries in. Gets to go down. Has him backhand, doesn't get it over the pad. Victory sends out its first shooter. Shot low, beats cutting. 1-0 on the shootout victory. Letcher comes on. Letcher goes wide, slows it up, comes to the middle, waits, shot, goal. Letcher with an excessive celebration. Tied up 1-1. Victory second shooter. Carries wide. Comes across cutting. Stops. Stopped by cutting. So our Paulo, third shooter, comes out. Coming forward with speed. Straight on, little side. Comes up, shot off the post. Third shooter for victory.
Go, Gage, you got a kick. All the way.
Slowed down in front. Shot, save, cutting. Nietzsche. Fourth shooter.
Okay, you can do it.
Nietzsche picks up the puck. Goes up the left side. Shot, blocker side. Save. It was his second shot.
It was the second.
Yeah, he hit
I
it
thought
again.
it went over.
Fourth shooter takes a shot, save, cutting. Pulauskas comes out, fifth shooter. Waiting for the whistle. Picks up the puck. Carries in on the right side. Coming around. In front. Tries to go low. Save. Fifth shooter for Victory comes out. Carries in with speed. Tries to get cutting. Cutting knocks it away. Brown comes on. Sixth shooter for Fury. Brown picks up the puck. Carries it to the left side. Slows up. Waits. Oh, goes between the legs. Just couldn't get it over the pad. Crowd thought that was going to go in. Comes wide. Shot. Tries to cut across. Cutting. Gets stuck on the stick. Seventh shooter now coming out. It's Onak. Bringing it forward. Gets him to move, but hits the pad. We can't seem to lift the puck right now. Reynolds went first. We went first. This is their seventh shooter. Carries in. Well, Victory wins in a shootout. Really close, contested game. So, next game is tomorrow. What time's the next game? Noon tomorrow, right? 11 Central, noon Eastern. The game time tomorrow.
Is 1 o'clock.
Oh, so noon Central. 1.
Okay, boys.
All right. Good game by the boys. Takes it to shootout. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.